What's your advice for somebody who in Austin, maybe they're like, they have a niche, maybe it's, I don't know, gardening or whatever their hobby and passion is, and they want to start a channel around it. If you were to be a social media consultant and give some advice to people, like what are some good little pointers that you've accrued over the past 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, I find pages on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and I my first thought is, wow, this is really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have an eye for this content. And I then look back at the page and I realize, oh man, they stopped posting 5 months ago.
Mm.
And I think people are too impatient.
Yeah.
And that's why it goes back to me saying that, are you willing to do this for 2 years?
Yeah.
Because you need to have that mindset that, like, I expect nothing to come of this until 2 years is up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't grow at all by then maybe you need to just change the way you're doing it or find a different hobby.
Right.
But most people want to do it in like 3 months and blow up and have 100,000 followers. And that's so unrealistic. Do what you love.
Mm-hmm.
Stay consistent. I try to post at least once a day, but sometimes that's not doable. That's totally okay.
Yeah.
Just get back on it the next day. Double down, post a bunch of stuff. What I like about also posting a ton and doing it for 2 years is you're just going to get better, right? You're practicing. You don't realize that, you can't just know what you're doing. So the Reels thing, you're going to put out stuff. I still to this day put out stuff that underperforms.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just try something different. What did I do wrong that time? Okay. I didn't have something catchy at the beginning.
Yep.
And that's part of the game. I know people sometimes don't like it when you have to put, here's a speakeasy, here's a hidden gem.
Yeah.
But then people don't see it,
Right.
and people will love the content because they're getting a good recommendation. But you got to learn the game. That's what social media is nowadays. So the first 3 seconds are very important, right?
Yeah, I've struggled with that because like part of me is like, I don't want to play the game, but you have to play the game if you're going to try to grow the brand and do it. So that's good advice even for me that I'm going to take home because, and then I always want to perfect everything I'm doing with the content, right? So it's like,
balance.
I need to let that pressure of perfecting it not weigh on me because I think consistency, like you're saying, is probably key. I don't know if the algorithm rewards consistency. I'm sure it does.
I have a theory that they do like the people that post more often.
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed, like they haven't said that, but I do believe that, if you post once a week, they're probably not going to help pump that out. Yeah. But the CEO of Instagram did come out and say, if you had a recent post that blew up, that you should follow that up soon with something good.
Yeah.
Because it is going to help that next post.
Yeah.
Because you're now getting all those people that just saw that recent post, they're more than likely going to see that next one you did.
Yeah.
And if it's a good one again, they might not have followed you on the first one, but they'll follow you on that second one. Or they now recognize your face because they saw you twice.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.